Rupert Faust, the natural capitalist, taking a holistic view on wealth and exploring the nature of capital. Today I want to talk about natural capital and the different forms that natural capital can take. You know, you might say natural capital is a form of capital, but even within natural capital, there's multiple kind of aspects to it, right? I see elemental natural capital. That's kind of like the sunshine, the wind, the climate, the physical foundation of the soil. That's kind of the water. It's like the elemental, the fire, elemental capital that provides benefit to those that interact with it. You'll be right, mate. You'll fix it up. And then there's like living natural capital. You know, we've got the trees, we've got all the animals and life forms. So we've got the elemental natural, the living natural, and then we kind of can see it in two ways of like individually owned or access to or exclusive access, which essentially is ownership, and collective. So collective natural capital might be pretty much like the sun, water, basic elemental forces that no one can really own. But we do get to own our direct relationship and engagement with it, which is pretty cool. And then on the biological sense, we have like collective natural capital, which might be like national parks or raw elements, minerals in the ground and things like that. But of course it takes financial capital, organizational capital, intellectual, social, all these other forms of capital to pull that stuff out of the ground and make something of value more complex for humans. And national parks is another form of natural living capital, collective. But then on an individual living capital sense might be something like a farmer with his herd of cattle. And that herd of cattle, if he has good grass and he's managing the land well, and that grass has healthy soil and it's producing more grass and it's photosynthesizing, then the natural capital will grow. So, you know, there's this story in environmental movements and this whole kind of natural capitalistic accounting or accounting for natural capital, that capitalism doesn't value ecosystem services, it doesn't value natural capital. But I would say that that's not necessarily true. When we're in a sound, fair, free market monetary system, the producers that are relying on those raw ingredients, the natural capital, which is of which everything else is built, they are incentivized to keep that going, right? A farmer actually ideally wants the healthiest pastures possible to be the most productive possible, so that he can produce the most cows and they can be as healthy as possible so that he can get the best price for the cows. That's actually what he's incentivized to do. The miner who's mining anything is not incentivized to get it all out of the ground as fast as possible and put it on the market, in which case the price would drop dramatically. They're incentivized to keep it going, to mine it as much as there is demand, as much as they can keep it up, but also to keep it going for as long as they possibly can. So that's a bit of a, I don't know, it's just my thoughts, the way my brain works when I think about capital, when I think about wealth, when I think about natural capital and how it's the basis of all other forms of capital. That's why, part of the big reason why this is called the natural capitalist, because all forms of capital are built off natural capital. Anyway, that's my rant for the day. Hope you like it, hope you enjoy, get a bit more insight into a more holistic view on wealth. Peace.